Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Big Cat, guess what? We're going to talk about the elderly abuse today. As we dive into these peccadillos, darling dears, the planetary energies, Mercury, the great communicator, is partnered with quick thinking air sign Gemini. And has a couple of things going on that will affect most of your daily interactions. The first thing, a trine in Sirius Saturn. A trine between Sirius Saturn, right, and Aquarius helps you settle down and organize your thoughts. You'll be looking for practical conversations and won't be in the mood for no long talking, lad. No long talking. As long as people stick to the facts, you'll be happy to what? Engage with them, darling dears. The second thing, right? Mercury aspects in a square with Neptune and Pisces later on today, darling dears, which has your mind drift into faraway places. Distracted? Yes, you may be from the specifics, darling dear. Someone wanting to run away from their what? Their conscience, darling dears. Don't do it, Big Cat, because I told you, consequences for your actions will be what? Called today, Revelations 3:15. If you have any important tasks to complete today, including meetings, giving presentations, interviews, know this, darling dear, you will be what? At hockey sticks of dawn in the spiritual world. Yes, baby. If you don't attend to certain details. What are we talking about? The abuse of elderlies, darling dears. That's what we're talking about. There are 7 types of elderly abuse, don't you know? Pardon me, darling dears, that was spiritual belts, because I speaks the truth. Pinkies up. The first is neglect. Then there's physical abuse. Somebody wants to put the kibosh and punch them in the face and their eye and beat about their head and body, right? So they don't tell anyone anything, right? We've got the sexual abuse. You've got some people that don't care. Or what? They prey on the vulnerable and like to rape them, darling dear. I'm telling you, rape is being permitted, right, in certain circumstances, in the quiet, against the elderly who are too ashamed of what's happened to them to say anything or report it. Yes, am I pissed? Yes, baby, I'm right there. I've gone past the pissed off to the shit off, right. The next one is what? Abandonment. Yes, baby. Elderlies are being abandoned. The same elderlies that took care of the same said ones, right? Made sure that they was okay on this Malkuf, and they're being abandoned. There is what? Also emotional as well as psychological abuse, where they attempt to bend the matrix and tell the elderlies what's going on when not Nagoso. What did I say? Nagoso? Listen, I told you. You're Jamaican. Right? I don't care where you come from. You're Jamaican. So be it moat. So we're talking in patois today. There's also the financial abuse. If they've got a property, some kind of house, some domicile, a business, the sneaky what? Skulldugger's back front neck tabbers will come in and pretend, oh, I'm going to help you. Sign over your power of attorney. Next thing you know, they've signed away all of what they work for and they're living at hockey sticks at dawn, darling dears. What's next? Did I say emotional and psychological abuse? I said that. What's next? Self-neglect. Some of them will neglect themselves, darling dears, feeling as though they are nothing on this Malkuf, when everyone, right, is to be counted in the eyes of the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. The types of elderly abuse go beyond physical and emotional harm. Elders suffer from what, as I said, sexual assault, financial exploitation, abandonment, and so much more, darling dears. Most types of elder abuse are committed by trusted individuals. Yes, baby. A daughter, a son, a nephew, a brother, a cousin. Yeah. All of this and that, big cat. All of this and that. Elders are sometimes mistreated, right? And mistreat themselves through self-neglect, feeling that they're not worth nothing. Why? Because their progeny, the same skullduggerous progeny that they took care of, turn their back. They make sure that they get their finances, right? So they've got nothing to say. And then who are they going to tell? Well, guess what? Big Cat is on the case today, darling dears. And I'm not ramping. I had to turn on my fan to make sure that I was cool and ready for this shiznai. Not having it, blood. I told you already about what situation I'm in with my own mother, who has been elderly abused by her what? Her oldest daughter, Dorette, right? And her what? Her youngest son, Paul. Yes. And her nephew, her grandson, Dion. Yes! They took, guess what they did, darling dears? I have the medical records. They what? Got power of attorney over her. Backed off everyone. Anytime I went to see my mother, they called the police. Why? They wanted to get control of her £2 million house. What did they do with the money? They had my mother sleeping on what? A 2-seater sofa, right? She's got spinal issues. I saw the medical records. They held off from taking her to the memory clinic. Yes, they did. Why? So they could take her to what? A solicitor's office to sign over her £2 million house. Today, Big Cat, I woke up at hockey sticks of dawn. I called the police. I called social services. Would they do anything? No! Why? Because she gave the power of attorney to them. Let me tell you something, darling dears. Remember, Revelation 3:15. If you know that an elderly in your circumference and hemisphere is being abused and you do nothing, you think God is going to say, oh, never mind. No, baby. You will get hellfire and powder house. Trust and believe. I called every emergency service, worked like a field hand, gave the reference number of the police, right? Did my siblings do anything? No, they fucking didn't. They got on with their day. They minded their own business. I can't cape for someone who is not what? Helping me what? To bring the shiznai to whomsoever it needs to be delivered. So guess what? We're going to do a reading on all of the elderlies that are being abused. Who do they call? You, Big Cat. If you know that an elderly person has been abused or being abused in a situation and you do nothing, judgment will be called on you. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Let me stop shouting because I'm telling you, the echo chamber is kicking up a gear. Right. We're going to lead with the Witch's Oracle to see what's going on. What's it all about? The money, darling dears. The money, the Skrilla.com. All they care is about the money and what? Feathering their own nests. Remember I told you that. I'm trying not to shout, Big Cat, but I can't help it. The police said that they can't enter the property when I know she's sitting in her own urine and feces. Remember I told you that. I'm so angry right now, Big Cat. And there's no one to check me, boo. Right? Whatever they're doing, darling dears, it's intensifying. Why? They're waiting for them to die so they can get away with what? The fraud, right? And the abandonment and the abuse and the neglect. Listen, you know when Mocha needs to come. Thank you very much, Karma Mo. Karma, what kind of day is it today?
Bad karma.
You heard my progeny. Bad karma is afoot. I called the senior services in the UK, darling dear. Guess what they told me? Oh, they called on the carers. And the carers said everything's okay. Of course it's okay. Why? They can still get their skrillers.com, darling dears. They're not going to say that my mother is being left unattended throughout the day, can't go downstairs, afraid to answer the door, sitting in. And guess what? She hasn't even got the elderly pads, right? To make sure that she's not sitting in her own shit and piss. She has to use what? Sanitary towels and balled up tissues while they're spending her what? £2 million. They've bought houses, cars and businesses. And she looked in my face 3 times and backed me off for the favor of one daughter. The same daughter who is a back front neck tabber got herself flew out to Poland to get her body good. Yeah, she wants to look like a 21-year-old. Well, guess what? Father God said no and gave her what? Cervical cancer as well as a hole in the heart. Even my microphone is screaming. I'm so mad, big cat. I'm so mad. We're going to see what's going on with these elderlies that are being abused. What's this? We have the Watchtower of the South. South Node, darling dear. South Node. What does the Watchtower of the South say? It talks about what? Passion, being passionate, right? And the fruits of your labor. If you know your elderly is being abused, darling dears, and there's somebody's trying to back you off from communications and you are not doing nothing for it, you will suffer the consequences of your actions or inactions. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. I called brother and sister, right? And I said, brother, sister, this is the PIN number for the police that I called. Call them. This is the reference. Did they call anyone? No, they did not. They thought about themselves. I'm sweating, big cat. I'm sweating. But we're going to go in and see what's going on. Right? The ancestors can't protect them. Why? Because they denied you, big cat. The ancestors have left them alone. Right, let me lower the music so you can hear what I'm going. Let's throw some charms on this shiznai. I am so mad right now, big cat. I am so mad right now. Judgment must be called. Revelation 3:15. Oh, we have a whole cacophony of what's going on. Let's line them up. The first rune that I pick up is a lizard, darling dear. A lizard, right? A belly crawler. Someone from the bottom of the pot. Someone who's coming through with what? Wicked ways. And the lizard turns into what? A chameleon. Pretends to be one way in public and then another, right? We've also got a horse, right? On its face, darling dears. What does it speak about? It speaks about what? Being blocked from giving any assistance or any help, darling dears. Unable to move forward out of the what? Situation. The heart speaks about my heart is in a situation that I can't control. And no matter what I do, nobody's listening to me. Right? We have a leaf. Right? What does the leaf mean? Fodder on the wind, darling dears. My words, as well as your words, if you are trying to help this elderly in a situation, will be fodder on the winds. We have what? We have a crown in the reverse. Right? Yes, that parent may have been a knock. I know, big cat. But you have to understand, in some cases, their mind was not where it was meant to be when they denied you. We have the key. The key of Chiron in the upright. You have the right to do what? To heal a situation. We also have the bee, darling dear. The bee is for what? A worker bee. You better make sure that you're doing your best, your utmost to what? Change the situation. If it means you going to the police, I went to the police. The police circled the property, darling dears, and said, I can't break into. I said, I will drive my chariot of righteousness and kick off that door in front of you. Arrest me afterwards. They said, no, if you do that, we will arrest you as you turn up. This is what they told me. We also have what? A butterfly in the reverse, darling dear. The masked ones have all of the power. Remember I told you that. We're going to go in, darling dears. We're going to go in. I'm so mad. And I can't do anything. But we're going to get the read, darling dears. We're going to get this read to see what's going on, blood. How many runes came out? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is 8? 8 is the number of what? 8, listen, my mind is all going squiffy. The 8 is number of what? Strength, darling dear. Strength. 8 in the reverse is the codependent and the wicked, right? Having their way with whatever they want to do, darling dears. If you know something is going on and you did nothing, not make one single phone call, remember, judgment will be called on you, big cat. On you! Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth roof. Pinkies up. Elderlies are getting smoked even as you what? Eat your kumquats, right? Have your breakfast cereals and you are doing nothing? Nothing? Right, mocha sit. Let's carry on, darling dears. Let me get a deck. Base of the deck, King of Pentacles. What did I say about my mom had all of the money? It's about the money. Things must come full circle, big cat. Let's give it a good split. Give us a good split, Father God, Mother Isis. Let us see. Thank you. What's going on? Look at this. No spiritual protection, darling dears. Temperance in the reverse. We've also got the what? The tongue wrestlers. The wicked, darling dear. Watching to see what your next move is. Right? Look. They want you to fall back. This is a lot of negative energy, darling dears. But you have the key. The key. The Queen of Pentacles is the mother energy. Or father energy. Because you know gender is fluid in tarot. For you to protect them. Right? What fell on the floor? Your efforts have been blocked up to this point. Chariot card on its face. My efforts have been blocked. As has yours. What's these two cards? Father God is telling you, darling dears, you better make sure you do everything under the sun to release your elderly from this abuse. I am proper mad, big cat. Father God woke me up like this. I woke up from my sleep like this. Tried to do everything I could. Police, social services. And they're not doing anything. And she's sitting in her own piss and feces, darling dears. Left unattended with what? Dementia and Alzheimer's. What's going on inside that property? Anytime I try to go to the property, what do? They call the police. Nothing beats prayer, big cat. What's going on in that property? Because I want to know. People that you're not talking to, right? It's all about the money, darling dears. It's all about the money. Page of Pentacles. They pretended to come in with helping hands. What's this? Yes, you've been drama-free, but remember I told you, mind your own business. Yes, be drama-free, but judgment will be called on you, big cat. Remember I told you that. What's going on in the property where the elderly are being abused, even as we are what? Sipping our mochas so that we don't get smoked. What's going on inside the property? Tell me true. Look at this shit. Because it's all about the money, darling dears. They're dealing with bitter Bettys and bitter Benjamins. Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody that will take any kind of legal action to keep you away. Because why? They wants the money, honey. Well, guess what? They're going down Bobby Brown. Remember I told you that? The star card on its face. This is those that are unwashed. These with unclean spirits. What will happen to the big cat if they don't fight for whomsoever is the elderly and being abused? Tell me. We wants to know. Tell me. You will be put in that same situation, darling dear, where you will be shown no love, no care, and no help. Remember I told you that. What else is going to happen to the people that know that this elderly is being abused, right? In situations where they have to shut up. What's this? You think you're going to release the burden? What's going to happen? Because because you're not saying nothing, right? You're going to get away with it. What's going to happen? Every choice you made will be hockey sticks at dawn. Bad luck, bad vibes will follow you, darling dears, all the days of your life. What else will happen? Right? Bring another. Let me bring another. Right? Another one. Come through, DJ Khaled. Posh clap. I'm so mad right now. So mad. The police don't care. Social services don't care. But you better care, big cat. Why? When you go to God. When it's your time to go home for your own home going. And when you get into your own old age, you saw the Ace of Cups on its face. What you ignored will be visited on you, big cat. On you! What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? The wicked, darling dear. This also speaks about what spell work to back you off, darling dear. Malicious words, getting a whole camp on their side to back you away. High Priestess in the reverse. But they will go down, Bobby Brown. Remember I told you that. There's nothing that beats prayer and a big cat that takes the knee. In humbleness. Calling out all of their shortcomings to the Most High. Even though the Most High knows what's going on. You have to tell Father God what you did or did not do in a situation. They use spell work, darling dears. Malicious words to keep you away from the system. The system, Freudian slip, meant to come out. They use the system against you, darling dears. King of Pentacles in the reverse is a narcissist, darling dear. Wanting everything. This is somebody who's greedy. Big cat, lean in. We've got the 5 of what? Cups on its face. It talks about some of you out there accepting the situation, and I'm moving on to what you think is going to be happiness. But guess what? We've got the 2 of Pentacles on its face, darling dears. On its face. This talks about what? The imbalance and the disorganization that will be brought into your life. It also speaks about the imbalance and disorganization that are being visited on our elderlies, that are being abused. What fell on the King of Pentacles? I kid you not. They made you cry, darling dears. They made you feel less than. They thought they had all of the swords. But if you allow them to get it away and don't say anything, you will suffer the consequences. Because big cat, you may be young and fresh now, but one day you will be old. This and that. Base of the deck. You better not drop that burden. It's yours to take on. Look what's behind it. Because judgment will be called on you too. Remember I told you that. On that note, do we leave? Do we leave? No, it says go to another deck. Alright. I'm going to get the Vampire Tarot deck. Base of the deck. We've got the 6 of Swords. Yes. Those that thought they got away with it, darling dear. 6 of Swords is going into what? Calmer waters. Because they think they're going to get away with it. Will they get away with it? We've got the Knight of Cups. They charmed the elderly. Right? We've got the 6 of Skulls. What's that? The money, darling dear. They wanted the money, right? We've got the what? Prince of Scepters, the in and out energy. They're not even paying attention to the elderly's care, right? In any way, shape or form. We've got the Moon card for the Skullduggers, back, front, neck stabbers, right? Bad friend, frenemy, right? Bad relative, all of this and that, right? We've got the what? Eight of Scepters. The Eight of Wands, darling dears. In the upright. What does this speak about? You better act swiftly, darling dears. Karma is not discriminate. And if you know an elderly is being abused and you are doing nothing, you better act swiftly. What's this? We've got the Prince of Knives. Bitter, twisted, down talking you. Prince of Knives is also what? A page. Pah! Of Swords, darling dears. They're going to try and talk it up to try and back you off, darling dears. Will they get away with it? Base of the deck. Prison is in their hemisphere, but you have to talk up, big cat. I don't care if you're talking until you're fed up of talking. You keep talking until somebody listens. Otherwise, you will be in entrapment. Remember, I told you that. On that note, I drops me mic. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't allow them to smoke your elderlies. If it wasn't for you, for them, you would not be here, big cat. If it was not, I don't care if they was wicked to you. Whatever they did that shit, and they have to answer to Father God Most High. But if you allow them to sit in their feces and urine just because you're still upset about what they said while they're being abused, their finances being abused, and in some cases sexually abused, you too we will receive judgment. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Judgment is afoot, big cat. Judgment